The security of the nation depends on the men and women who serve in the 5 rings of the Pentagon. Before any military action can be taken anywhere in the world, the mission must be planned and approved in the outer and most important ring, the E-ring.
There you go, honey.
Hey.
Have a good day, dear. Be tough, sweetie.
I'm sorry, my brother, I'm sorry. Stupid Tootsie. Hey, brother, no. Please, brother, I beg you. I will pay for the damages. Hey. Let's go already, we are late. Hurry up now.
Sir, I give a sizable damn.
And where are my numbers on the Intel Contingency Fund?
I've been getting the bureaucratic runaround on that, sir.
Well, that happens from time to time when you're working for the Joint Chiefs of Staff. But, you know, you adapt.
Yes, sir.
Budget review week is now. And if I stand in front of the House Armed Services Committee and do not make a plausible case for special ops funding across the globe, then our gravy train gets derailed.
I'm on it, sir.
Thank you. Where are we on Pakistan, Colonel?
Well, you know how tricky it is putting boots on the ground of a sovereign nation, sir.
Colonel, I do not need a junior high political science lecture. I need a proposal I can take to the SecDef.
There are some thorny legal issues, sir. I'm going to try to push that through the General Counsel's office.
Don't
tonight.
try, Major. Do. The fiscal health of this office depends on it.
Sir, all due respect.
Major, I do not listen to any sentences that begin with all due respect. All I want from you are my missing budget numbers and a workable proposal on Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
Dismissed. Stick around, Colonel. A good operative in the field is one thing. But if Tisnewski cannot maneuver past the political landmines here, he's not going to be effective.
Well, he's a good team player, sir. He just doesn't understand the sport yet.
He moves pretty damn fast if it's his pet project.
I'm giving him a crash course, sir.
Well, speed it up.
Yes, sir.
Hate to throw you from the frying pan into the fire,
Do
but...
not give me anything new right now, Pierce. I just got my ass handed to me by Al-Ghazi over his budget. We've got SEALs getting shot at along the Pakistani border.
And a possible genocide in Burundi.
A crate of machetes?
The source also indicated that a Hutu put a gun to his head made an ethnic slur.
Let me guess, your source is a Tutsi.
Originally from Rwanda. He claims he lost 2 daughters back in 1994, didn't want to sit back and let the same thing happen again.
We've got 2 wars going on right now, Sergeant.
Past performance predicts future behavior, Major. Rwanda began with radio propaganda and machetes and ended 100 days later with 800,000 Tutsis butchered.
All that from one crate of machetes, Pierce?
Sir, to a Tutsi, a crate of machetes in the hands of a Hutu is like an SS officer pounding on the door of a synagogue.
Look, Sergeant, I'd like to help you, I really would, but right now all you have is speculation. And if you had been in that meeting just now, you would know that our priority today is the fiscal health of this office.
Sir, would you be talking about the fiscal health of this office if these people were white?
Oh, come on now. See if you can bring me a little more intel and get back to me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sergeant. Your assessment of this is pretty grim.
The world's a grim place, Major. That's why they have us.
it, Major?
What's the occasion, sir?
It's Army-Navy football weekend, kid.
Go Army!
As far as Al-Ghazi goes, we're all a bunch of tribes competing for the Secretary of Defense's love.
money. Now, Ghazi's under a lot of political pressure to get special ops as much love as possible. I get it, sir.
No cash, no mission, son.
Speaking of missions, sir, did Sergeant Pierce say anything to you about Burundi?
Damn it, kid, what the hell did I just get done telling you? The only thing you should be worrying about is making sure Al-Ghazi feels that love.
Yes, sir.
Right now, he needs Sonny's signature on that Pakistan mission if it's going to get funded. So break out that Polish charm, you know? Keep your eye on the ball. Make it happen.
Roger that, sir.
Dun, 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 da, da, da.
We don't know for sure.
They were Hutus with a truck full of machetes. You sure?
I promise you, we'll leave here tomorrow.
I can't go through it again,
Ada, the Americans will come.
like they did the last time.
They will come.
Hell, Sarge, you didn't tell me it was burn bag day.
I did tell you, sir. 3 times.
Well, next time, tell me when I'm listening. Just give me 1 minute.
Your football tickets came, 50-yard line, row J.
Uh-huh. Close enough to hear the bones break.
Sir, I was hoping to make it to J2 Intelligence before I leave for the night. You're okay here, right?
Oh, sure, go run. I mean, whatever it is, I'm sure it's more important than helping your commanding officer sort through classified documents.
I have the utmost confidence in you, sir.
Great.
What? He's here.
Who?
Major, you know who.
Ashley, this isn't recess.
What should I tell him? Well, tell him I'm busy.
All I need is a signature on this Pakistan action. And since Al-Ghazi likes you, I figured...
Major,
that,
you obviously didn't notice the large stack of papers on my desk from the people that were here before you.
I did. They just have more patience than I do.
The terrorists don't give a damn that it's budget review week, Sam. Give the soldier your autograph.
Does anyone knock?
I bought you a square in the Army-Navy football pool. If Navy wins 3-2, you get a free haircut downstairs with Don. Aaron Garrity.
James Tisnewski, call me JT.
Colonel McNulty's new aide.
Yes, sir.
Love that man. You need anything, let me help you.
I'll take you up on it, sir.
Good deal. See you tonight at 8?
Why does charm work for that guy and not for me?
Who says it works for either of you?
So I guess it wasn't my charm that worked on you 4 years ago down to Bragg, ma'am?
Oh, thin ice, Major. Ashley,
So who was that?
Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for International Security Affairs.
Seems like a nice guy. Where did they come up with these titles?
Well, his title could be Commander-in-Chief down the road. Rumor has it he's gunning for an Ohio congressional seat in 08.
And what about 8 o'clock? You two gonna get together and talk about campaign strategy?
My personal life is just that. Good night, Major.
Captain Banks. Yes? You work at the Africa desk in J2 Intelligence, don't you, ma'am?
I do.
I am Sergeant Pierce, J3 Special Operations Division. I was wondering if you picked up any intel out of Burundi. We received a station cable about a crate full of machetes.
I was wondering when somebody was going to ask about Burundi. Come with me.
Take this idiot. Find the crate and the Tutsi who has it, and bring them both back here.
Excuse me, I suffer from amnesia. Do I come here often?
That's good. I like that one.
I used to work great on the ladies down in Kabul. Sorry I'm late.
You're forgiven, I guess.
Well, you look like you need a drink.
Honey, I had a drink about a half hour ago.
Then you look like I need a drink. I need something imported. Thanks.
So how was your date, dear?
Well, let me see. I got chewed out by the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Special Ops, stonewalled by the General Counsel's office, accused of racism by my NCO.
Sounds like typical office politics, Pentagon style.
Yeah, too bad I'm not a politician.
Well, you're in Washington, D.C., baby. You want to survive, you better learn. What's wrong?
Did a station cable from Burundi come into the CIA today?
I don't know. You have no idea how many station cables we see in a day. Why?
I'm sorry, Ange. I gotta go back to work.
Please tell me you're kidding right now.
I wish I was. Sorry. All right? Look, I'll make it up to you. Okay? Midnight oil, Sergeant? I don't suppose you found anything new on Burundi.
They call him Papa. General Stephen Ndeke killed over 1,000 Tutsis in Rwanda by himself with a machete. He evaded capture in '94, hid out in the Congo, where he began training child soldiers for the war over there.
Nice to see him take an interest in the young people.
Those kids are now battle-hardened adults, Major. They've taken refuge in Burundi, and they're fanatically loyal to Ndeke.
Heartwarming. Now, why hasn't the Burundian army just gone in and grabbed him?
Maybe because they know he's well-armed and ruthless. It's all very tribal, Major, going back 600 years, but in 1916, when Belgium colonized Rwanda, the Belgians felt the Tutsis were superior. So the Belgians gave the Tutsis the best jobs, the best education, the best everything.
So after decades of getting the shaft, the Hutus' hatred just got more and more intense.
And it showed in the way they killed. There were no machine guns, no bombs, no gas chambers, just one-on-one, hand-to-hand, laborious, brutal killings. One minute they're working together, playing together, going to church together, the next.
They're cutting them down with machetes.
You know, my parents took my brothers and me to Africa, and I knew why. They savored that trip their entire lives. Spent the whole summer there, 6 countries, including Rwanda. It's the greatest experience of my entire life.
What about the anti-Tutsi propaganda of '94? Have we picked up any recent radio broadcasts?
Still working on that, sir. But we do know that the president of Burundi is leaving for an AIDS conference in Kenya tomorrow.
Thanks for a ripe opportunity to go for the jugular.
Major, an NCO can only go so far on this. If we're gonna get some fresh intel or try to sell an op to El Ghazi, I'm gonna need some Army brass on my side.
Well, bottom line it for me then, Pierce. When do you see this happening?
Major, within 48 hours, General Ndeke could lock down the Air Force, take down 3 major military posts, turn the army with finish the job diatribes, and before you can say Rwanda Part 2, every Tutsi would be dead.
So what can I do for you, Major?
Well, I've been up all night working on this Burundi thing.
Not working on the budget? Thank you, Joe.
Working both, actually. But we've received some early warning signs that there might be another genocide in the works.
I've seen my stuff come across my desk, but nothing that reeks of the G word, God forbid.
Sir, I think we need to put together a recommendation for a U.S. response just in case. After all, past performance predicts future behavior.
Without a doubt. Saving lives is our business. How can I help?
A Hutu rebel named Stephen Ndeke has set up a compound. Now, I would love to reposition a satellite, take a few pictures, but apparently there's something called the Imagery Committee that has to sign off on moving that satellite, and...
And it's a bureaucratic nightmare.
Right.
I know. Hi, Sharon. Is he in? Lucky for you, the head of the Imagery Committee owes me a favor. Hey, Jerry, Aaron Garrity, how are you? And Jennifer? Great. Listen, I need a favor.
Sergeant Pierce, what did you do with my tickets to the game?
I gave them to you, sir.
Okay, so what did I do with them?
Oh, Colonel. Okay, all right. Retrace your steps.
I came in. I was in a bad mood because of that ass-chewing out Ghazi gave us. Oh, and you forgot to tell me...
Burn bag day.
Oh, good God. Well, don't just stand there, Sergeant. Go and get them.
Colonel, every document inside that bag is incinerated the minute they're picked up. That's why they call it a burn bag.
Enter.
Colonel, I've got some new intel. I'm in Burundi.
Burundi? What did I tell you about that, Major? The only third-world cuisine you better have on your plate is Pakistani couscous.
Colonel, I hand-delivered the Pakistan action to Sonny. We should have her chopped later today. Meantime, I spoke with CENTCOM Commander Nolan. He's all geared up to send in some SEAL reinforcements. And I got the MC-130 numbers for El Ghazi.
Do you want a medal, soldier?
No, sir. I want you to hear me out on Burundi.
Africa is a damn quagmire, JT.
Somalia was a quagmire, sir. This is different.
All I know is we send guys there, they come home in body bags.
Sir, that's like saying you don't want to eat in Baltimore because you got food poisoning in San Diego.
Oh, Pierce, please tell me you didn't put him up to this. Okay, show me what you got. How did you get these, Major?
Some suit named Aaron Garrity.
Terrific. I hope they're worth selling your soul to the devil, kid, because that's what you just did.
In Dickey's compound. That's the radio tower, supply tents. That's the truck that informant mentioned to our ambassador. And here are 142 other vehicles.
Major, he could be a used car salesman for all we know.
And what do you think is in those crates, sir? Girl Scout cookies?
That would be a lot of Thin Mints.
Last but not least, General Ndiki, in the flesh. You gotta love this technology. And right next to him is even more fanatical Chief Lieutenant Umbe Gonzalez. Now, both these men are wanted by the UN for war crimes against the people of Rwanda.
Now, these two, Ndiki and Gonzalez, they were bitter rivals back in '94. Both of them were competing for power in Rwanda.
Both have men that are very loyal to them.
Sure, join together, do the job right.
Sir, we think at a predetermined time, probably in the next few days, these men are gonna load these vehicles with machetes and men willing to use them and surround the country.
Well, that's guerrilla warfare at its finest. Surround them, establish choke points.
But unlike Nazi Germany, nobody.
And I assume you have a plan, Major.
And upon successful deployment of a soft recon and surveillance team here, we'll dispatch a Marine Expeditionary Unit. With rules of engagement to shoot to kill if civilian lives are threatened. Now, this show of force will serve as a deterrent. Maybe prevent bloodshed altogether.
Major, how long will this deterrent force remain in theater? A week? 5 years? My job is to protect the interests of the U.S., of which there are 0 in Burundi.
Sir, we have an interest in preventing failed states. Now, Africa is a prime breeding ground for the next wave of terrorists. Imagine how it will be after a genocide.
Evidence here of a genocide is flimsy at best, Major. You have General Ndiki, a parking lot of cars, and a radio tower. Genocide is the deliberate and systematic execution.
I know the definition, Miss Liston. We're trying to prevent it because once it starts, it'll be too late.
Major, here's my reality. We don't have enough troops to fight the terrorists that exist today. Where the hell are we going to get 2,000 troops to send to Burundi? From Iraq? Afghanistan?
Sir, we looked the other way back in 1994 because we were too busy in the Balkans. I mean, it can't always be about U.S. interests, can it? Mr. Garrity, you want to weigh in on this?
Major, no one in Burundi is going to blow up a bus in London or fly a plane into the Pentagon. I know that sounds cold, but maybe when you've been in the building a little longer, you'll understand the need to establish priorities.
Mr. Garrity, I'm confused. Do you mind telling me what happened in there?
I hope you realize that nobody likes to see innocent people killed. I tried to help.
Until the big dogs didn't go for it and you realized it wasn't politically expedient anymore.
Hey. I did you a favor by moving those satellites. Your mission didn't fly. End of story. Major, a word of advice. If I were new in the building, I'd watch my tone when I was talking to somebody 7 pay grades above me.
Go!
What's this?
House brew, sir. Hazelnut.
Thought you didn't get coffee.
I made an exception, sir. Don't get used to it. I appreciate you trying, Major. It's more than anybody else did. What is it, sir?
Nah, nothing. It's just, it's one thing for Al-Ghazi and Liston to cut me away, but
The Colonel didn't take up for you.
didn't say a word.
Did you talk to him about that? Major, you don't take up for yourself on this, the Colonel will never respect you.
Well, it's not like I can walk into his office and read him the riot act, Pierce.
No, sir, I wouldn't recommend that. But firm, direct, you'll be speaking the Colonel's language.
Guess you were pretty close, huh?
Major, other than my father, I've never met a man that I respect more than Eli McNulty. The Colonel is like a blow pop. Hard on the outside, soft on the inside. He did 5 years in Vietnam that I can't even get him to talk about, and we're like family. But hey, I understand why some people are a little afraid of him.
Listen, Cully, I'm due to sign off on your regional security plan next week. I'll chop on it today for a couple of 50-yard liners. I'll call you back in 5, Cully.
Sir?
You knew that op didn't stand a chance, didn't you?
Well, considering it had nothing to do with any of Al-Ghazi's budget priorities, I suppose that I knew it was a long shot.
Well, a heads up would have been appreciated.
Just that, but apparently you needed to learn the hard way. Now, I don't know what you thought you were signing up for here, son.
I thought coming to work at the Pentagon would give me a seat at the table, sir. A chance to make a difference on the little things, like a genocide in Africa.
Well, kid, you want to make foreign policy, become the first Polish-American president.
Appreciate the tip, sir. Good luck finding those tickets.
Don't even think about going out that door, soldier. This building is not an office, it's a battlefield, where 4 tribes war against each other simultaneously over separate agendas. Now you're surrounded. Now the question is, Major, what do? Do you wave a tiny white hanky and surrender? No. You come up with a different battle plan and attack.
That's it. Hey, where are my machetes? Tootsie cockroach. What machetes? Take this fool to Papa.
What the hell are you doing here?
I need intel on this Burundi situation.
Are you out of your mind?
Listen, Angie, this thing is going down.
Lower your voice.
Look, for the last hour, I've been trying to get clean. And some desk jockey keeps telling me to come back tomorrow. Because the Pentagon Special Security Officer hasn't sent over the proper paperwork. Now I need your help, Angie.
I'd like to, JT. This is the CIA. You get your hands on unauthorized intel, and the spooks in this building know pretty damn quick where it came from. I'm not your source on any of this. Any questions? This is the number for the CIA liaison at the Pentagon. Don't ever come to me here again, you understand?
Understand.
Captain Shea. That is for tasking that sub to China without asking you. And these are for not apologizing until now, sir.
You should have saved your money, Eli. I don't have any more tickets to the game.
Well, actually, I'm not here about the tickets.
You want me to put a bet down?
I've already got you down for a C note. You want to make it 200. I'm here about a mission, Jack.
Hey.
Hey,
You like pastrami, right?
it's my favorite. Thanks.
You gotta be smarter, Jay.
I know.
We've been monitoring Radio Burundi broadcasts for the last 3 hours. You're right, this thing has gone down. What Ndiki is saying is terrifying. And yet nobody cares. You better get going.
Thanks for the sandwich.
He's here.
Great, send him in. Major, did you check your messages? I finished your Pakistan proposal.
You know, I've been thinking, it must be hard for you to stand in front of Al-Ghazi and talk about the legal definition of genocide when thousands of lives are at stake.
I get paid to separate my personal opinions from my professional ones.
Look, can I get your professional opinion on this?
The good Hutu farmers will cut down the rest of the blighted crops. And you will know the time has come when the farmer tells you that the moon is full and the harvest is ready.
Now, this just started a few hours ago. It's code, and Ndiki telling his followers when the killing is going to start. Now, we don't have much time.
Where did you get the recording? Okay, what do you want from me?
What if I sold something smaller to Al-Ghazi?
Want a black op?
Airstrikes on that encampment. What am I looking at from a legal standpoint?
What's your probable cause?
We know that a man wanted for international war crimes is there.
It's a Band-Aid solution, Major.
Better than an open wound.
And Ndiki? What if you miss him?
Not a problem. We simply create conditions for his demise.
I gotta hand it to you, kid. It's a great plan.
Think we can sell it to Al-Ghazi?
Well, we gotta sell it to a couple other people first. And I've got your first customer. Captain Shea, I believe you know Major Tisnewski.
Sir?
He's got an op he'd like to run by you.
It just so happens I've recently come in possession of a box of Cubans. Why don't we go outside and discuss it over a smoke?
And how do you plan on taking out 250,000 machetes?
We thermite the compound and melt them.
Not with the intel you have.
Sir, with sat photos like these, we should have no trouble pinpointing the target.
What about eyes and ears inside? How are these machetes stored? Are they stacked, they're spread out, loose, in boxes?
And without boots on the ground, how do you deliver the thermite?
Colonel, it's all about air power. We give the coordinates to your boys and they bug splat the place.
Will that destroy all the weapons?
That's why it's called bug splat, Frank.
Yeah. Okay, so you get rid of all these machetes. Your general can just get more where those came from.
Shouldn't be a problem, sir.
Pretty damn sure of yourself for less than a month in the building.
Major's got a great plan, Frank. How about you let him finish before you make up your mind?
Son, when you make the Air Force think that they're actually an important branch of the service, you're doing something right.
Just a little tribal diplomacy, Colonel.
If I didn't know better, I'd think you were learning the politics of the building.
Don't hold it against me, sir.
Major?
Uh-oh. Well, home and in bed by 11, dear.
Yes, sir.
I'll get Al-Ghazi on the horn.
Colonel?
Samantha?
I need to speak with you, Major. Garrity's gotten wind of your black op. He's gonna kill it. It's budget review week. Everyone's protecting turf. If the special ops guys look like heroes for pulling this off, operations gets more of the pie, which means less for policy.
We're all a bunch of tribes competing for the SecDev's love.
Excuse me?
No, it's just that if Aaron's boss doesn't get the money he needs from Congress to make policy, Aaron doesn't get promoted. And if he doesn't get promoted, that congressional seat gets a little further out of reach.
He has issues with Africa in particular.
He tell you that?
He sent me a memo handwritten off the record.
Keep going.
Let's just say it was one of Aaron's infamous diatribes. Not pretty.
Sounds like a bad habit for a man with political aspirations.
Yeah, you'd think.
Further?
Major, there are some things you have to figure out on your own.
Colonel, look what Captain Shea just sent you.
It's 35-yard line.
Beggars can't be choosers, sir.
What are you doing?
Fire prevention.
Enter.
Colonel, we've got a problem.
What now?
The devil. He's trying to kill our op.
Ah. So what do? Do we throw up our arms and go cry in our beer?
No, sir. We get dirty.
That's my boy.
For picking out my Christmas present, I need socks and underwear real bad.
You just ruined your surprise.
Who's listening? Oh, she was expecting this yesterday. You mind if I just put it on her desk?
No, she doesn't like people in her office when she's not around. Something tells me she'll make an exception for you, sir.
Well, emergency page. I need a secure line. You think I could use the one in her office?
Knock yourself out, Major.
Is Niski here? You paged me?
Major, I'm supposed to keep you out of jail, remember?
Appreciate that, but I haven't been able to locate the intel yet.
Check the burn bag.
Got it. Thanks, Ashley.
Stop by any time, Major.
Could you do me a favor? Please thank Ms. Liston for letting me use her office.
Major, whatever it is, I'm afraid I don't have time for it right now.
Let me guess, you're waiting for the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. Something tells me he's not going to make it.
Okay. We're gonna play it that way. What's on your mind?
I've been catching up on my reading. You know how the building works, how it's a battlefield. I thought this was very interesting. You mind if I read it?
Do you know who you're screwing with, Major?
Sonny, hope you're going to help me bury this Burundi boondoggle. Waste of resources. No matter what we do, those people are going to go on killing each other. It's in their nature.
Samantha give you that?
She's not stupid.
Then how'd you get it?
You know, you are in a very prestigious position within our government, Aaron. What the hell provoked you to put something like this down on paper?
If you're implying that handwritten memos are not subject to the Freedom of Information Act, and no one is going to fire me for expressing an opinion.
I'm not worried about your current job. It's that congressional run I'd be concerned about. See, I've been doing some checking up. Huge African-American voting bloc in your district. I wonder how those people would feel about this.
Are you threatening me?
Well, it's all just fun and games, Aaron, until somebody loses an eyeball. Try to remember that.
How long do you think you're going to last when Sam finds out you've been digging through her trash?
Oh, I'm betting she won't find out. I'm betting you'd rather sign off on this Burundi op than risk your political career. But that's just me.
The time for the harvest has come. The instruments of the harvest are ready. The time has come to finish the job and bring pride back to the Hutu people.
Thank you, sir. Patch me through to Commando Solo.
Watson, this is Bell. Request situation report, over.
Bell, we have the signal locked and are ready to initiate. Over.
You have authorization. Execute. Execute.
Along with the machetes comes so much profit. So when the instruments come your way, get intoxicated over finishing the job.
Bell, this is Watson. The signal is co-opted.
Roger that. Now, time to set the conditions for the General's demise.
Syncing live feed in 3, 2, 1.
Fellow citizens of Burundi, we interrupt this broadcast for an important announcement. It is with tremendous pride that your government commends General Stephen Ndeke for his great patriotism. In an effort to save our nation from a horrible tragedy, General Ndeke has turned over to the government a list of names of those who have been planning to wage a genocide against Tutsi citizens. The conspirators are led by the General's Chief Lieutenant, Umbe Ganzais.
Let's melt some machetes.
Thank you, sir.
Good job, boys. You know, Colonel, you can still make second half of that game if you wanted to.
Me? Oh, hell, I don't go to the game, Major. I hate crowds. I don't even like people.
I don't get it.
The Colonel gives 10% of his income every year to the Vietnam Vet Foundation, along with a pair of 50-yard line tickets to the game. Don't ask why.
This is me knocking.
Ah, progress. How did everything go?
Big success.
Congrats. So, how did you get Garrity to sign off?
Well, let's just say I'm learning how to play this game.
Good. So, do you want to go grab a drink and go over the Pakistan proposal?
Ooh, how about a rain check? There's someplace I have to be.
Oh, do you have a date, Major?
I thought our personal lives are off limits, Sonny.
Go Navy.
That's just wrong.
No! Who the hell runs on 4th and 7?
Army, that's who.
Hey, come on in. Pull up a chair.
About 6.
Ooh, root beer.
Hey, Sergeant Pierce. Congratulations, you did it.
Thank you, sir.